Hi, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. So today we are doing a necklace, a bracelet, and an earring. So not to bore you too much talk, let's get right into the video. So I've put a needle on my thread, and one end of my thread, and I went ahead to pick 6 seed beads. All the materials used will be in the description box, so you can check them out after the video. So I put the seed bead all the way to the end of the thread. Make sure you leave a reasonable amount so that I can tie a couple of knots successfully. So I just went ahead to tie a couple of knots, and this is what I have. I have this tiny circle. I'm going to pass my needle through 2 of the seed bead just to get a bit away from the knots as much as possible. So that's what you have. Once that is done, I went ahead to pick 4 seed bead, 1 crystal, and 4 seed bead again. I'm using 8mm and 4mm crystals, and I'm using gold and blue crystal. So I went ahead to pass my needle back through the seed bead where my thread is coming from, by the opposite end, just like so. And it should have this design forming around that particular seed bead. Now I'm going to pass my thread or my needle through the first 4 seed bead on my right. So that's the first 4, just like so. And make sure your thread is tight, and this is what we have at the moment. I'm going to pick 6 seed beads, so that's 6. Pull it all the way to the place where the design is. I don't know what is happening to me today, but I let go of the first one, and I'm going to pass my needle back through the second seed bead, only the second seed bead, and you have this tiny design forming here. Now I'm going to pick 4 seed beads, so that's 4. And I'm going to pass my needle through the other 4 seed beads on my left, so I'm passing through all the 4 seed beads, just like so. Once that is done, now I'm going to skip the middle seed bead. So the middle seed bead, I'm going to skip it and pass my needle through the 5 seed bead on my right. So I'm passing through the first 5 seed bead starting from the bottom on my right, but don't forget I skipped the middle seed bead. So this is what you should have at this moment. Now I went ahead to pick 3 seed bead, 1 crystal, and 3 seed beads, and I'm going back through where my thread is coming from, the same seed bead, so it goes through the other end of the seed bead, and it should have this forming. Now I'm going through the 3 seed beads on my right. We are just doing the same thing, but this time around we reduce the seed bead. When we use the blue, we pick 3 seed bead. When we use the gold, we pick 4 seed bead. I decided to get rid of the short thread, it was interfering. Once that is done, I went ahead to pick 5 seed bead. Don't forget, for the gold we pick 6, for the blue we are picking 5. So I went ahead to pick 5 seed beads, and I'm going to use the same technique I used for the gold. So I'm just going to let it fall. Then I let go of the first one and pass my needle back through the second seed bead, just like so. Then I went ahead to pick 3 seed beads instead of 4 for the gold. The blue I'm picking 3, so 3 seed bead, and I'm going through the 3 seed. What is happening today? I'm going through the 3 seed beads on my left, just like so. So once that is done, now I skip the middle seed bead and go through 4 seed beads at the other side. So I'm skipping the middle seed bead and I'm going through 4 seed bead at the other side, so that's 4. So I'm just going to repeat the same process till I get to the length I want. And if you're a bit confused, you should just take it back a little and go through. It's very simple and very easy. And at the end of the video I'll introduce the next episode, what we'll be doing, the next design we'll be doing. So make sure you watch to the end so you know exactly what we'll be doing in the next episode, and enjoy the video. So I went ahead to do two different ones. My left the left one is 14, has 14 of the gold crystal, whilst the right has 13 of the gold crystal. So I went ahead to tie a couple of knots of the one with the 14. One is longer than the other. I'm sorry I didn't show you, but the left one is 14 and the right is 13 in number. So I went ahead to tie a couple of knots on the long one and I got rid of the excess thread. So this is how it looks like real quick. Now the other one, which has a 13 13 gold crystals, I'm just going to make it 14, and that's how I'm going to join the two designs together. So I went ahead to do the same thing with the blue. So I picked three seed bead, one crystal, and 3 seed beads, and I went through where my needle was coming from, and I've just passed it through 3 of the seed beads. Now I went ahead to pick 4 seed beads instead of 5, so that's 4. Now I'm going through the last blue crystal, where the last blue crystal is. I'm going through the first seed bead, so that will make it 5. Then I'm going to pass my needle back through the second seed bead, just like how we did it, but this time around we are joining the two. Now I went ahead to pick 3 seed beads, and I'm going to pass my needle through the other 3 seed beads, just like so. It's very easy and very simple, so just watch closely. Now I'm skipping the middle seed bead, and I'm going to pass my needle through the first 4 seed beads, so that's 4, just like so. And I'm going to do the other gold crystal, so 4 seed bead, 1 gold, and 4 seed beads. I'm going back through where my thread is coming from, just like so. So we're just going to do the same procedure here. Just watch closely. Like I always say, it's very simple and very easy. Once that was done, now I have the 2 sides being 14 of the gold seed beads each. I'm just going to pass my needle through 5 of the seed beads, so 5 of the seed beads to the side, just like so. Make sure your work is very tight, and this is what we have. Now I'm going to join the 2 gold seed beads, the 2 gold crystals at the tip, so I'm joining the 2 like so. Now I want to pick 1 seed bead, and I'm going through the opposite seed bead on my right, on the other side of the design. I don't know what is happening today, but I don't feel the voiceover I'm doing that much. So once that is done, now I'm going to pass my thread through a couple of beads and make sure my work is tight, and tie a couple of knots and get rid of the excess thread. It's just joining the 2 designs together. So you move from the left to the right to the left to the right. It's basically that. Yeah, so this is what we have at this moment. Now I'm going to lock it real quick. This is the lock I've been using always. So I just connected one part of the locker to a jump ring, and I'm connecting it to one side of the necklace. I did it. What is happening? I gave a detailed tutorial rather on the bracelet, so if you want to see how the locker looks like, then it will really show in the bracelet. But this is how a necklace look like. Very simple, very easy, but quite classy. Like you can do for everybody, a wedding, engagement, funeral, anything at all. So yeah, go ahead and give it a try, and let's dive right into the bracelet. So this is how the bracelet looks like. The same procedure for the necklace. So once you get to the length you want, the length that will be okay for your hand, I went ahead to pick 6 seed beads, and I'm going back through where my thread is coming from. Then I went ahead to pass it through the 6 seed beads again, make sure my work is tight, and tied a couple of knots and got rid of the excess thread. So this is how it looks like at this point. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. That's my locker, and that's the jump ring. So I'm just going to, it's in two parts. I'm just going to connect one jump ring to one of the parts and connect it to the bracelet, just like so. Then I went ahead to do the other end too quickly, and that's my bracelet. This is how it looks on my hand when I close it. This is how it looks. Very nice, very simple. Yeah, so go ahead and give it a try. It's very simple to do once you get the design right. So let me know in the comment section what you think and the color you'll be using, and let's dive right into the earring. So the earring is the same as how I started the necklace. I went ahead to pick 6 seed beads. I pulled it all the way to the end of the thread and tied a couple of knots. Yeah, so I just passed my needle through a couple of beads, and now I went ahead to pick 4 seed bead, 1 gold crystal, and 4 red seed beads. I'm pulling it all the way to where our circle is, and I'm going back through the thread, sorry, the seed bead where my thread is coming from, the other end of the seed bead. Now I'm going back through the 4 seed beads on my right. So this is the 4 seed beads on my right, and this is how it looks like. It's the same thing we did earlier, so just, you know. So this is how it looks like. Now instead of passing it through 5 like we did earlier, I'm going to pass it through 9 of the seed beads here. So that's 9 of the seed beads. It will get quite close to the tip of the design, that's very okay. Now I just went ahead to do the same thing for the other crystal, so we are just going to finish it up real quick. Now I'm going to pass my thread or needle through a couple of beads till I get to where I started from, the first circle on my left, the first thing I did. So I'm just going to pass my needle through a couple of beads till I get to that place. Now instead of starting the next one at the other side, which is my right, I'm just going to pass the needle through the crystal and through through the 3 seed beads, so that I can do it I can do the design rather on my left instead of my right. So I'm just going to do the blue style. Should I say the blue style? Yeah, so I went ahead to do the other ones off camera, and I'm just going to finish it up real quick. It's the same thing, so I didn't want to bore you with the video. Was getting too lengthy, so I didn't want to bore you with the unnecessary ones. So I went ahead to finish with a blue crystal, and I'm going to pass my needle through, skipping the middle seed bead. I'm going to pass it through the first 3 seed beads, then through the crystal, and through the first 2 seed beads upwards. So that's the first 2. And I'm just going to do for the gold real quick. So that is it for the gold. Now to finish it up, I went ahead to pick 4 seed beads. Now I'm going through the 4 seed beads there, just like so. The same procedure, nothing changes. I'm going to pass my needle through the first 4 seed beads, So that's through the first 4, and I'm going to pass it through the crystal to get to the other side, which is towards my left. So through the crystal, and I'm just going to join it real quick how I joined the necklace together. So just, you know, observe. Yeah, so this is it for the necklace. This is how it's going to look like. Very simple, very easy, but very nice. So I went ahead to cut about 20 centimeters length of thread, and I'm going to pass it through any of the topmost seed beads. So you make sure the length of your thread is the same. Now you have 2 threads, the right and the left thread. So I went ahead to pick 3 seed beads on each thread. And I'm putting a crystal, the blue crystal, one of the blue crystals on it. So this is how it looks like at this point. Now I'm going to use this stoppers to lock it, like to stop it from coming off once I cut the excess thread. So this is how it looks like. I'm just going to put 2 of the stoppers on it real quick. So that's 2 of the stoppers, and this is my earring holder. This is what I'll be using. That's what you put in your ear. That's what the design hangs on. So I'm just going to pass my 2 threads through it. Then I'm passing the 2 threads back through the stoppers and the crystal. So through the stoppers, the 2 gold stoppers and the crystal, just like so. Now you just go ahead and pull your thread very tightly and press the stoppers. I'm using my flat nose, so I'm just going to press the stoppers firmly, like with all your strength, you know. I mostly use my 2 hands for this, because if you don't press it well and you cut the excess thread, then the whole work is going to be ruined. So once that is pressed, I'm just going to cut the excess thread, and guys, I present to you the earrings. This is how the earrings look like. Very easy, like I would say, very simple. And let's welcome the next episode. Yeah, I'm still trying to get the colors right. This is what we'll be doing in the next episode. So yeah, if you do enjoy the video, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your bell notification so that you'll be notified the moment the next episode, which is this gorgeous design. We are doing a set, the earring, the bracelet, the necklace, as well as a ring. So yeah, stick and stay, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.